1012, and it gives me 1,250.
Towards the becoming of your higher self.
Job's not finished. This is the cause to become.
I don't even know what should I say about myself?
Whatever you want to say. I need to be way more hype on it. So.
You want me to slap you?
It's like the set, like we're doing a PR.
Yeah.
All right. Ready? Let's go for it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cause to Become podcast. I'm your host, Elijah Robert Matthew Soto, and today I am joined by someone who I found, and she's a star. This is the time where stars are rising, and I'm so blessed to be in her presence right now. I think you guys should all be blessed to have her here on this podcast today. So without further ado, let's get into a rising star. Sohnai, tell us that you're on the way.
First of all, thank you.
Of course.
I appreciate that. I go by Sohnai on the way. I've been rapping for about 3 years now. Pretty new to the game. Mm-hmm. So I just dropped my first project, short and sweet. It's 5 tracks, real short and sweet, and to the point. And yeah, that was just like my little, my input, just my little foot in the door. Hello, music game, I'm here.
Yeah. Well, I think it was way more than just your input. So a little bit of backstory. I saw Sohnai perform live. That was my first introduction to her. And I was just like, wow, this is a star here. I could tell in your energy, the way that you carried yourself, and just across the board, it was awesome. So my first thought was, how was this star born? Mm-hmm. And I think that's like kind of what I want to get to here, and like to let the people know about how the process has been of how did this artist kind of come to be, right? Mm-hmm. So if you can kind of like walk us through a little bit of like background, like when you were a kid, like how it was, when you knew you kind of like wanted to be an artist, a rapper, and how the journey has kind of been to come here today. We're in your studio, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd love to hear a little bit about that.
Okay. So we were talking earlier about how a lot of people start in church. I definitely started in the church choir. I'm not much of a singer yet, but did start musically there. But basically, when I was younger, I used to write poetry. And whenever I would give it to, like, I'm performing it to someone or sharing it with someone, I would read it like it was a rap. And people always would tell me, like, that sounds like a rap. And I would just deny it because, like, I was like, no, I'm not trying to be a rapper. Like, what? And so I was just denying it for a while. And after college, the end of college and then after college also, I was writing essays for college students. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking like 10-page papers of not even my work. Like, you know what I mean? Like doing the research and then just writing papers, busting it out, other people's work, other people's homework. And I was just like, okay, I'm really good with my words. I've been in like AP English classes my whole life and stuff. And there's got to be something more fun I could do. And so then COVID happened and I wrote a song. And I recorded it in my cousin's like studio in his house. I listened to it every day on the way to the gym in the morning, full blast. Because, like when the mix isn't that good, you have to listen to it on full blast in the car. And so listening to it until the point where it was just, I feel like I wanted to be my own biggest fan first. And yeah, so I listened to it every day. And so I felt like undeniable. I'm like, okay, nobody can tell me nothing. This is good. Like, it might not be the best, but this is good. Like, we're doing something here. And then I took it to a studio in Sacramento when I was living up there and re-recorded it. And I ended up dropping it during Pride Month, actually, because I felt like if people could come out of the closet, you know what I mean? About their life, I could, put my music out there and do what I want to do in my life.
Bro, I love that. Yeah. Like, I just, in that, you said so many things that were powerful. Like, you got to be your number one fan, first and foremost. I love that. That's so cool.
You do have to.
And I think that's one of the things when I saw your stage presence was that you could tell that even if nobody was in the crowd, you still liked you fucked with you,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And, like, that's why, like, even if nobody was there, you're dancing, you're having fun. It felt like I was watching somebody, like, just, like, vibing in the car to their song, you know? But, like, you know, the energy was there, of course. And
Thank you.
That's something that's awesome. So, like, how did you kind of come to the place where you were like, okay, like, I believe in myself to really do this fully? Like, you dropped the song, but when you did that, were you like, yeah, like, I'm going to be a rapper, that's my life path? Or when did you kind of come to that realization when you were like, yes, this is for me in every way? I know you have a song out talking about, you know, I quit, you know? And so talk to me a little bit about that. When were you like full force, I'm
Like,
going
gonna
into
do it?
Yeah.
So my first song was Keep the Change. That was a song I recorded with my cousin. I did another song, Do What I Want. And then I quit. Like, then I quit my job. And I was like, okay, like, if, like, I'm doing something. Because I knew, so it was like a multi-situation.
No, take it. We want to hear it all.
I was running the social media for this jewelry store I was working for at the time. And I had this idea, like, maybe if I can blow up my own social media, then I can blow up their social media. Like, I'm modeling rings and stuff.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, oh, I can do that. So I started going viral. Like, I went viral a few times, and I'm like, oh, this is actually easy. Hold on. And
said,
I'm like, oh, hold on, like, I can do this. And so then I just felt super confident after that. I was just like, the only way that you don't make it is if you stop.
Exactly.
And I was just like, I can just keep going. I know I have it in me. I'll just keep going. And so, I just made my 2 songs. And then I put in my, like, 30-day notice for my job. And I know it sounds crazy. Like, people were like, are you sure? I was just like, yeah, I am, though. I am very sure.
I feel like on that, there's so much to unpack on that, like, full belief and full confidence. I know there's a couple of things I want to talk about when it comes to, like, you mentioned your family a lot. You mentioned your mom and your dad. And it seems like you just, like, you fully believed in yourself.
Yes.
And, like, how did that kind of come to be? You know, were you fully, not only just in the music, because obviously you're talented. Like, you hear yourself back, you're like, yeah, I like it. You know, it's clear. But I think there comes a point, too, where it's about, like, this kind of stepping into showing the world who you are in full authenticity. And I can hear in your lyrics, like, this really is your life, you know, and you're really repping it and living it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Like, there comes a lot of personal development and just, like, growth, and, you know, whether that be like gym or that's like health and mindset and spirituality, faith, and all these different things. Like, how was that for you? Like, did you struggle early on, kind of believing, backing yourself fully, having clarity on your life, those types of things, or is that something you just kind of had? I know some people with a good childhood, you know, it's good.
No, so my childhood wasn't very easy, but I'll say that I always thought, I've grown up with a lot of, like, gifts and talents, you know, that I've, like, honed in on, like, a little bit, like, jack of all trades, master of none type of thing. So I've always been good at a lot of things. And, but first and foremost, I always thought sports was going to be my meal ticket. And then in high school, when I stopped doing sports, I don't know, like, my senior year, I just got lazy. And I was just like, man, like in college, like throughout college, I was just like, dang, I think sports would have been my thing. And I had a lot of, like, regret. Like, I held a lot of regret for not really taking sports serious and really, like, building myself up in that way. And so having that regret made me feel like, okay, I didn't know what my next thing was going to be truly. But while I was pursuing my degree in communications, I just, you know, I'm just like, at least I could do is just keep going on this path, like a corporate path. And, but still was holding that regret. And so when I realized, like, okay, maybe I can, like, write songs instead of writing essays, I was like, I don't want to regret not doing this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still young enough. Like, I don't want to regret not pursuing this thing that I love also. So that's when I was like, okay, well, I'm not a person to dibble dabble, so I'm just gonna head on and just, like, go hard.
So I think one of the best social media posts I've seen from anybody comes from your account. And it was you just going off on putting all your eggs in one basket. Can you please tell me this story? Like, for the people, you know, everyone should definitely go on her Instagram, on her social media, and check it out. But can you tell me about this? Because, like you said, you're an all or nothing person. You're going full force into it, which is what you can see in your performance. You see that you got the energy and that you're just there's no hesitation, no hezzy, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's all there. So tell me the egg story, because that just was awesome.
What did I say? I said, so I was on the phone with my homeboy.
Yeah.
And we're talking, and I was just like, I do not understand why people say not to put all your eggs in one basket. Like, because how can you achieve the life you're supposed to live and be on the path you're supposed to be on if you're like halfway in? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And I get in some instances like, okay, but like overall, when it comes to things, I think you should be like, you should be all in. And so like that never made sense to why can't I put all my eggs in one basket? And so my homeboy, his like response was the best. He was like, you know why? Are people not putting their eggs in one basket? I'm like, why? He's like, niggas ain't got no chickens. It's like, you got chickens, you could just get more eggs. I'm like, exactly. If you don't have the drive, then of course you're gonna feel like you're gonna gas out going in one direction. Like if you don't have the smarts to make money, then of course you're gonna feel like you're not gonna be able to recover from a certain situation. So
yeah, I love that so much. And for me, what it really resonated to was it spoke to like a really deep kind of, I think, philosophical, esoteric, spiritual. There's all these different ways you can put it, but I think it spoke to a deeper thing where it was like people operate in the world out of a mindset of lack and scarcity. And when you think about the example of like, oh, don't put all your eggs in one basket, it's because people are trying to hedge. If that doesn't work out, then I'll still have some eggs left over. Right? And I think like if you have chickens, you'll always have eggs.
You always have eggs.
And I think that's something where it's like, okay, like, yeah, I'm going to put them all in one basket. I'm going to go full force. And if something happens, it's cool. We still got more. And I think that's a mindset of abundance. And that is what changes the game when you have a mindset of abundance. And I think from a standpoint of a bit of a spiritual angle, like God is always there willing to bless you with abundance,
For sure.
And there's some times where we just have to, we don't know how it's going to get done, right? But we're going to do it. Like, look at all the moves and the things that you've done in your life where you just like, hey, I'm putting all my eggs in my basket.
Yeah.
Like, God's got me.
Yeah, God
like,
got me. Like, I always thought about, so when I quit my job, I would say that was my leap of faith, right? And I think in life, like, there's going to come a point in time where everybody's going to have to take that leap. Or if you don't, then you don't, and then, you just stay where you are. But when you take that leap, it definitely does feel like, it feels like you walked off like the cliff of a building, and then like there was like this like eagle there, you know what I mean? Like ready to just like, it feels like, and then you're less afraid to do it more often. So I do it all the time. I take leaps of faith all the time. And it just always works out. I feel like forever in God's favor, especially if you're living life with good intentions and you're trying to be your highest self, like we're talking about, like, you just trying to better yourself and take your gifts and do what you can for people. Like you are, like I'm here with a message, So I feel like I am blessed all the time. Yeah.
That's awesome. And it is just like that mindset of abundance, And when you're operating in the world where like, I mean, this is a large industry, a lot of people, like there's people that move slimy, there's people that move, you talked about it in your songs, you're like, no, some of these people are scummy, like I gotta, make sure you're not, I'm not sis, like, like chill, let's get to know each other, let's see what's up. I love that because like that's protective of your energy because it took work for you to cultivate this energy, right? Like you didn't just overnight, like you said, you had stuff in your childhood, like the sports showed like you're someone who works hard, you're disciplined. I know we were talking off camera, you were saying like, yeah, I go hard. And, I think that's something that's super important, that the concept of being able to move in life, like you're blessed by God, like you are favored, you are the one, and when you fully embody that, that's when you're reflecting that to the world and we get to observe that. And I'm having a great time in the audience, So I'm like, I'm bumping in the car. It's awesome,
Thank
so
you.
I love that.
I love to hear that.
So kind of like going more towards your music. We know like what kind of built everything here, but I've been listening to a lot of your songs, and I'm like, okay, there's some lines that I want to unpack. Like I want to hear everything behind it. So
I've been waiting for this moment.
Let's go. Okay. Let's go.
Let's get into it.
So let's kind of hop in. Number one.
Okay.
My brain is my biggest weapon, and all you got is a gun. I found that to be so unique that you were putting out like, no, like I got this, like my bars, like how I'm doing this, everything that I'm putting into the lyrics, into the setting, the aesthetic, everything. It seemed like there's so much more going on in your brain. and you study, you're in college, you're smart, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that, like how your life is. I guess what inspired that.
Yeah. So. Must think I'm dumb. That's what that one was.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That was like, it's like, so that was inspired by like a few people dealing with the industry. And I wasn't even like that was like year one. And already I feel like people were trying to deceive me. And it was just like, dang, you think I'm dumb, huh? You think I'm dumb, huh? Okay, word. But yeah, it's just like your brain is so powerful, right? I was just talking to my roommate last night about this, like how you could be dead tired, like your body could be so tired, but your brain is gonna keep going, type of thing. And I think I have like the growth mindset and to just keep equipping myself with new information just so that I'm prepared for where I am right now. Like, I don't want that quick meal ticket because I know that at this level, I have things I need to learn to equip myself and be ready for whenever that day comes where I'm like, where I take off. So yeah, I'm just like, my brain is my biggest weapon.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things is like if you actually just get the lyrics of your songs, no beat, no you, no presence, no aesthetics, all that stuff. People have so much to take away from everything that you're writing there. Like you're talking about your self-improvement journey. You're talking about like, yeah, like I am beautiful and I can use my looks, but you're like, no, like I want to use my brain, and you're showing that in all of your lyrics and how you're inspiring people. Everything seems like a positive message with you. And even when you talk about the dark times, you like are talking about the light that came from it.
Yeah.
And you're putting, that energy, like, yeah, I own it. I own who I am in every way. So
for sure.
I love that. And I think the fact that you are pushing forward on improving your mind is what allows everything that's coming through it and out of it to be so much better. And I think you're like, no, I'm steady grinding. Like I'm willing to stair step this way.
For sure.
I will say though, personally, it could be like, hey, tomorrow it just pops, So be open to the abundance and blessings.
Oh,
that can
thank
come your
you.
way,
Yeah, no, I received that.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Another question kind of on this is like, what have you been studying, reading, looking into kind of as of late, maybe is inspiring some other things that are coming or things that are on the way?
I'll say I am realizing that I am prophesizing sometimes. I'll put something in a song and then it will happen in my life afterwards. And I'm like, okay, if that's what's happening, then so I'm trying to write stuff now that is more like not happening to me now, but things I want to happen. I'm trying to just see if this is, you know what I mean? If it is.
That's why I did that reframe. I was like, be open to it.
Yeah.
Because you even talk about it too. You're like, I am a prophet in so much. I have that down.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool.
Yeah.
But you're shaping your life. Right? So what types of like books or study and stuff right now are you kind of diving into?
I was reading The Strategies of War. I fell off of that though, but that's like probably my latest study.
Do you have like any type of artist that you're studying, like, or any like things that are just like resonating to you, like that you're kind of, obviously you're in the lab, right? We're here in it, and your home is, and your brain is always working, right?
Yeah.
So like, is there anything right now that's kind of standing out to you beyond books? Just the topic.
For sure. So Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City album. He's such a great storyteller.
Yes.
And I always enjoy a song that has a story, like Mona Lisa by Lil Wayne and Kendrick.
Like
I love,
that's
one of my favorite songs too. Like word for word. But so I love a good storytelling song. So I want to be more like that. So that's something I'm like trying to practice more.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it seems as if as you continue to move through life with, being open to the abundance and blessings that God's is putting in your life, that's how you get those stories to be able to like walk people through, because they're fables, right? Like there's so much that you learn out of that one story. Like think about in the Bible, like David and Goliath, like, that's a story. How much does it translate to when you face like adversity, right? And that God's with you and that you can overcome big obstacles.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the thing that you're putting, and I can hear it in that. So
Thank
I'm
you.
excited. I'm excited
me too. I want people to be able to like take what they need from it and apply it to their own situations for sure.
Yeah, and I could tell like just you being able to represent that story being told not only through the lyrics but through your appearance, the videos are. That I think there is so much on the way to kind of help extrapolate and push that out, propagate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, next one. I feel like I'm anointed with it. I feel like I'm a prophet. I think we kind of touched on it, you know?
Yeah, I said I feel like I'm anointed. Wouldn't say that I'm a prophet.
Oh,
so I'm like, I don't know if I would say that I'm a prophet per se, but definitely do feel anointed. I do feel like I'm like one of God's favorites. Like definitely, it like all the time. Like so many things I do just live in life, and then just feel like I'm forever in God's favor. Things will just happen for me. And I'm just like, man, thank God. Thank you, God.
I love that. You know, it's so beautiful to have that like connection to God, and that's the spiritual piece to it. So I think that's something that if you are kind of open, I guess, like what is your kind of relationship with spirituality and how does it influence your art and your music?
Okay. Well, I grew up in the church. So I grew up believing in God. I've believed in God my whole life. There was a point in time where, like, around college, I was taking some, like, what is the word? It's like these classes.
Theology?
No. Dang, it slips my mind right now. But
what was the premise of, like, what were they studying in it?
Like, literally can't, like, the word is blank in my head right now.
What did you take from that?
I took from it that, like, religion is also, like, if you think of religion in the way of, like, people were trying to give people a way to live, you know, like kind of just like
dogmatic.
Is that what that is?
Like dogma, yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay, go for it. You
But so basically, so then I kind of considered that. So then I just was more spiritual for some years, and now getting back into like actual Christianity and things like that. Like I had church today. I'm back in church.
There we go.
So my walk with God has been, but He's always been like I've always had a relationship with God. You know what I mean? Like praying and talking to God, and then watching how He moves in my life. And but I have a lot of beliefs, and they might be controversial, but I have a lot of beliefs about it. Like,
yeah, I think the people who really are able to be, I mean, you know, we know prophets to be real. We know in the Bible, and know it's a thing. We know that there are people who are anointed. We know that's the case, and I think sometimes people struggle with being able to accept that in the modern day as something that can exist, right? You know, God talks about it, and Bible talks about it. It's kind of one of those things where you kind of struggle with like the ego part of it, but also knowing like, yeah, like God's like my best friend. For me personally, in prayer, it feels like God's like my best friend. Do you resonate with that?
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like, I had said the other day, this might be controversial as well. I was like, sometimes I feel like, I don't even want to say it. I was like, sometimes I feel like Jesus is my sugar daddy because, you know, like, let me explain though. Let me explain.
No, tell me.
So like, I feel like a lot of girls my age have like someone who is like supplying them. You know what I mean? Like paying for the nails and all this stuff. But I feel like I'm living my life righteously, and I might walk upon like $50. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? Thank you. I didn't need to sell my soul. Like I'm just getting blessed. You know what I mean? Like things like that. I feel like in financially, like
100%.
So I always joke about that.
No, that's so cool. And I think, you know, the thing is you have such firm faith because let's be real, you probably, and it's not just, you know, you could just hit up someone, they can spot you, they can come, you know what it is?
Like
you
very,
know, right?
You know what I mean? Like that could be my life for sure. But
and so with you, you're like not doing that. But that's the thing that's interesting is it makes it harder per se. You as the person have to kind of sit there through those tough times. So that's that piece where it seems like you're not only do you have faith in God, right?
Yeah.
But you're demonstrating your faith, and I think that's why you're blessed. And so, like, yeah, Jesus is your sugar daddy, you know? Like, he's blessing you. He's keeping you out the streets, you know?
he's like, I still got you. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Have you ever had, I mean, it just brings up an interesting question is, like, have you ever had a moment where you were, like, kind of tempted to, you know, maybe try and figure out a way to get it on your own without, like, you're like, man, I'm really pressed right now. Like that $50 is not showing up right now. Like, has there been a moment where you kind of been like, man, I don't know, and then Jesus came to save you, you know?
Oh yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Like trying to think of a time. Like it was like maybe like last year because I wanted to quit. Last year I got a job at Enterprise because I had in my relationship, which I'm sure we'll get into, and then I just needed something to help me pivot. So I was working at Enterprise, and I was just like, oh my God. They had me at the airport. I'm working at 4 a.m. I was like, okay, like, it's done. Is it time? Like, is it time?
You're like, I cannot do this.
Yeah. And then I met Marv. And then Marv was like, we came out here, and then I get that extra spark of like, okay, like, it's all is not, like, nothing has slowed down. Like, God is always working, you know, and even if I don't see it, like something's always in motion for me. Yeah. Yeah. So
it's always in motion for you, and you're always staying in motion too. That's that meeting God halfway, right?
Oh, for sure. You need to do the work too.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you talk about doing the work in a lot of your music, which is so cool. You know? I love that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, you said something about your man that I thought was really powerful. It spoke to you in terms of how you viewed things. Okay. You said, if my man don't like you, then you got to go. He sees what I don't, and I say what he won't.
Yeah.
I thought that was bars.
Thank you.
And I was just like, yo, that's so true. Like, there's so much more to that. So please feel free. Let me know what inspired that.
Wait, what was it? Say, how did it go again?
Yeah, if my man don't like you, then
you gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we were together for like almost 9 years, and so I was definitely like in the headspace of trying to learn what it meant to be a wife, and so and like submission and all that. And so, and then getting into music, you know, it's like a male dominated field. Yeah. So if I was going to work with an artist or work with a producer or something like that, it would definitely, their intentions had to be pure. So if it's like, if my man, him or whoever I end up with or whatever, if they feel like something is not, like the intentions aren't pure on the end of the person that I'm working with, then I can't work with you. And it's that simple. It's that simple. So it's like, if my man don't like you, then you got to go. He see what I don't, and I say what he won't, just so you know. I was saying, like when you're in a partnership, like even vice versa. So it's like your partner, they do see the things that you don't see. Yeah. Right? Because you're in it, and they're like here, so they see what you don't see. But I'm the one that's gonna vocalize it because that's who I am. So I'm the person that's like, he said he wanted ketchup. Yeah, and you didn't. So and an extra ranch, thank you. I love that. Yeah, that's definitely me.
I think it spoke to your deeper understanding of the complementary nature of like the masculine and the feminine relationships. For sure. And even as someone where, I mean, you come out and you got that energy. You got you got to like, don't fuck with me, like let's go. You. Like you can do that, but I think it's to say you can do both, and that you're able to step into your masculine and you're able to step into your feminine, and you did it in like maybe the same lines in a song or a lyric, and it's like, wow, that's like really cool. And then who you are, you can kind of turn it on, turn it off. And that seems so cool because for me, kind of looking in as, let's say, someone who's just having a good time at this concert, being like, Sohnai's killing it. Yeah. You know, I'm like, oh, wow, she could run up a love song right here and I'm going to be in my feels. And then she's going to put on some hype stuff and I'm vibing with it too.
Thank you.
And I think that speaks to the range of you internally being able to understand your masculine and your feminine at depths. That's polarity, and I think a lot of times people struggle with that. They're kind of stuck only just in one type.
For sure.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really cool.
Thank you. I appreciate you recognizing that. And what's crazy is that song's not even out, so I don't know where you got that.
Oh,
those lyrics.
I went on the YouTube and I scrolled. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was down there, but I found it.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's Sohnai on the way. We haven't even re-recorded that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I vibed with it, and you have the just the one where it's just you and a camera just recording on there.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was listening to it. I was like, this seems raw right here. Raw. Yeah, it was good. Graduated college because they brighter than the sun. You talk about your bars, your lyrics, and everything. Talk to me about with college, how that has kind of influenced you, your studies. And how that's kind of pushed forward the way that you write and the way that you express yourselves. I know you were talking about writing English essays and that type of stuff. Do you use the same type of structure and format? What does that look like when you're putting and channeling all that mental energy into the words?
maybe subconsciously. Maybe subconsciously. I don't actually. Yeah, I would say subconsciously as far as like writing it. I do something I am conscious of though is like if I have a bar and I'm talking about something, I know my next bar has to elaborate on it. Like otherwise it's like, why did you say that? Well, at least that's my rule for myself because I'm trying to have a message here. So I guess
I'm trying
to do something. So there's that. And then the fact that I was writing essays for other people, I would definitely say that gave me the confidence to know like I can learn any topic and write something about it and get an A. So I know I can write this song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
when you're doing it, are you thinking like you can do well at it, right? So then how do you kind of align on like, all right, what do I want to do well on? Like what do I want to like have shine bright in this moment? Right? Like in this song. Do you kind of like, are you just pulling on things from your life or are you kind of like, you know what, this is an important topic for people to know about and then I want to make that kind of shine, have that come through me? Or what does that kind of look like?
like how does it even begin on like
what does the idea kind of look like for you?
I would say all my songs kind of start differently. A lot of them do start from the place that I am in. Yeah, so I'll say like what I'm going through, my thoughts and my life, and then I tried to make sure that there's something in the song like, because there is something to be learned from every situation. So 100%. I think naturally I do that anyway. So I'm just trying to like convey what I've learned from the situation that I am talking about. Yeah,
so I guess that's an important point is to think like when things happen to us, sometimes we're not necessarily sure why, how, or what they mean, but then reflecting on it, we can kind of unpack like, oh, that's the lesson I was trying to learn, or that's what happened, or that's how I can improve. Like, do you have, and like you said, you're kind of that vessel that those things flow through. So like taking care of yourself, your health, and all these different things is like an important thing for sure. Do you kind of have like a process to make sure that you're like in that right headspace when you're getting into making music or getting into your process, your flow?
A process of getting into the right headspace. No, not really. I just and I rarely just sit and like write a whole song in one sitting. So I give myself the grace of like starting something and not finishing it, starting something and then starting something else right after, like and not finishing them, and then I come back and I'll like consciously will be like, okay, let me sit and see if I can finish any of these. Yeah. And then I do.
So you just kind of have some space. You're like, this is just my creative time to write, whether it's on 5 songs or 1 song. You just kind of let it be.
Yeah. Whether it's a hook, whether if it's like a melody and I'm trying to put words there.
That's cool. Yeah. I think it's nice that you kind of give yourself an open container and space to just be creative. I think one of the concepts of like people often conflate like being creative, or people think that being creative is mutually exclusive from being disciplined. Yeah. And I think kind of having like a period of time where like, hey, I'm going to work on music doesn't have to be, I'm going to work on this song and like
finish
face writer's block, and all this stuff. I think that's a really powerful tool actually for creatives to be like, hey, I got a couple hours here. Let's do some stuff that's music focused, whether it's 5 songs or 1 song, doesn't matter. Yeah. That's really cool.
Pretty much.
Nice.
Thank you.
Got you. All right. Just the other day was on the phone with my dad. He told me, baby, keep grinding.
Baby, keep going.
Yeah, right. Baby, keep going. This is meant for you. I just wanted, the biggest part of that, like, one was, like, it seemed you mentioned your dad so many times. And I think there's, like, your family is like, super supportive. Talk to me a little bit about that. Like, how is your family receiving you and your music here?
So, I will say, I have always got a lot of love from my family, like, especially my cousins, like my cousins, aunts, uncles. I feel like they've always put me up here, I've always been like little baby, like, and so me making music. I don't know if you saw, there's a video on my YouTube channel. It's one of my first performances. It actually is my first real performance. It was, I opened up for Neff the Pharaoh. I'm like wearing black, and then I had my 2 friends dancing with me.
Yeah. See, that's where I'm pulling some of these from. And so I'm like, I'm trying to like hit listen.
Did you hear the crowd?
Yes.
Those are all my cousins.
See, every time I was like, yo, they're going like wild. Like, I could tell that was love.
Like it was it's a lot of love. Like I have a picture with everyone, and it was just like, wow, like it's just a matter of like when people see you serious about something and then they support you. Well, I don't know if everyone has that luxury, but my family definitely showed up for me in that way. My mom is my number one fan. If she can make a show, she's going. She's like 63. Sorry, mom, but she's like 63, and she's at the club. Like, I have a show at the club. I'm opening for O3 Greedo. Like, she's in the club. She's
Let's
not gonna
go.
miss it. Like, so yeah, my family is there for sure.
It seems so cool to see that and to see like how you kind of have that support and that love. And yeah, I heard like every time you hit like a bar, like, oh, your crowd is going wild, and I could tell. I was like, yo, these are fans. Like,
Yeah.
you could tell. I'm excited to see that spread to be full stadiums, you crushing it.
Yeah.
When it comes to that though, like, have you ever struggled with people not like showing love or kind of like not being able to, and like feeling like not supported in a certain way?
Sure.
Like, how did you work through those? Because I know like a really big thing is for artists sometimes, they're trying to put their music out there and they may not feel like that love or that support's there. It can be kind of a tough time to be in,
Yeah.
Like, how do you kind of push through some of that?
Well, so first and foremost, I always tell myself, like, your friends and family are not your target audience. And that is just kind of like the gist of it. And that's okay. It did hurt at first, but like when it came to like my friends and stuff, like I'd be like, dang, like why aren't they supporting me? And then I had to think about it and be like, what if they don't like the music? Which is fine. Art is subjective. Like, you don't like it, that's okay. Like, I've had friends who've made music and I didn't like their song. Like, okay, you don't like it. I'm still my number one fan. I still have other fans. Like, so even if I'm not getting supported by like my immediates, I have fans, and so I have to be happy with the people that are showing up, instead of worrying about the spaces, the people who aren't showing up. So I just focus on what I do have.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Even and to this day, like I'm still experiencing like some friendships where I'm like, dang, like I wish they would support me a little more. But I just vocalize it and I just say, hey, like, could you support me a little more on social media? Like, if you could repost this and that, that'd be cool. And then they do. So I'm just like, okay, I guess if I just have to send it to them.
Yeah.
Say, hey, can you repost this? I'm not gonna do it every time. I don't. That's one of my things. I don't want to be that person who's like.
Yeah. How do you balance that, right? Because there's artists that they like. Hey,
They'll see you.
they're blowing you up.
I have
and
to tell artists, I'm like, hey, don't send me all your stuff to repost. Like, don't do that.
I get that, but I also get what you're saying right now, which is super powerful. Is like, you love your work, you believe in your stuff. Yeah, you gotta be your biggest like promoter, marketer, right?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta do that first, because if you don't fuck with you, if you don't lead from the front, then if you don't believe in you, how can you expect other people to believe in you?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So I like that you have that kind of balance there. So when people are blowing me up too, like sending me their stuff, yeah, it's annoying sometimes, but I'm also like, man, I respect it. I respect that they're
I tell them stop. I do. I'm like, hey, can you not tag me in everything?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna like it. I will like it. But people send me stuff from the ones who do it from time to time. For sure, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna comment. But yeah, there's people tagging me in like absolutely everything. I'm like, hey, like I need you to knock it off. Not gonna lie.
You're like, yo, chill.
Like,
kind of bugging.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah.
All right. So now I kind of want to like address some parts where it's like, I don't know if it's the alter ego or it's just the ego that you kind of keep chill so you don't flex too hard on everybody. But you're like, mama, your baby is savage. Right? Where does that savage energy come from?
It comes from a place of just dealing with life, like, and being very self-sufficient and driven. So it's like, I'm not a fighter, not like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still a lady, but like a savage in the way of like, man, like all the things I've been through, like even like moving out here, like there's people scared to do things that I have just done. So I feel like that comes from a place of just like that savage, like wanting it, like going after it, like every day, like believing in myself in the deepest way every day. And I think it makes me feel like a savage because I know that it's not common. You either you have it or you don't sometimes. Yeah. Like, so I'm like, I know I have that. It's in me, that dog. And so, mama, your baby is savage. Yeah. Deliver these bars like a package.
Oh, yeah. You know you have that dog in you, and I think so. When you step on stage, you're like, "Yo, I'm gonna eat right now." So,
yeah, for sure.
I sensed it. I sensed it. If anybody has not seen like the live performance, please go watch the live performances on Sohnai's YouTube. Like, it's just next level. And then
Thank
just
you.
go to all her shows, of course. You
Of
know?
course.
But your crowd work is just amazing.
Thank
I love
you.
it.
Thank you.
To speak to kind of like your message in the music now, it's like you're selling knowledge, right? And I'm selling knowledge, not sex. Yeah. I think that's so powerful. Like, can you just speak on that in terms of like the people you're trying to inspire and like the way that you're doing it different than a lot of female artists maybe feel pressured to do, right?
Wow. Thank you actually for that question because, that's like a big deal for me. I feel like, multiple sides of it. Like growing up when I was a kid, the music I was listening to did not like that wasn't my life. Like Beyonce catered to you or Destiny's Child catered to you. Like who was like catering to? You know what I mean? Like, and so I was growing up listening to music that didn't have anything to do with my life and trying to apply it to my life. Little boys at school catered to you. What? Like, you know what I mean? Like
I was singing the song too.
I'm like, yeah, but it's like as a girl, it's like you're like thinking that should be you, and so so there's that aspect of like remembering what I was like as a little girl, looking for music that resonated with me.
That's powerful.
And then and then also now as an artist, from an artist standpoint, I do think that a lot of young girls and young rappers coming up, they think they have to go the sexy route. And I know for a fact that people have been like, they get into these label meetings and they get offered these things and like, okay, all you have to do is shake a little ass. All you have to do is pop a lip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, and they might feel like, oh, okay, well, everybody's doing it. And that's really like the best way to do it. And it's not that bad. So then they might be more inclined to do it if they don't, if this lane doesn't exist. Like the lane.
Views.
Yeah, so it's like, they're like, okay, my song, it did okay, but when I posted it with my butt out, like, it did way better. So I'm just, like, trying to show, like, I have to do it first, I feel like. I have to do it first and be the pretty girl who could go the other route if I wanted to. I can't be, like, it's also the messenger, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I can't be someone who is not conventionally attractive trying to tell people, oh, you don't have to, they're going to be like, okay, well, you couldn't do it like that if you wanted to.
I think J. Cole has a line where he's like, I'm going to snatch the crown from whoever has it. And then poof, boom, pow, like with the bang, the crown disintegrates and returns from the earth from which it came. And I think it's talking about like, you're saying, I'm going to get that crown and then show you that you don't have to run it like that. Like, you can run it like this. And so there's not that one path. And like you said, that way isn't kind of created yet, isn't mainstream.
Yeah.
You're making
trying to carve out this lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, once that lane's carved, there's other people that can come behind you.
Exactly.
So I think that's super powerful. And maybe a masculine viewpoint on it as well is that when I'm listening to like Cater to You and I'm listening to these songs, like a little boy or a young man is thinking about like, oh, that's the type of woman, right? So not only are you redefining the songs that young women can listen to and hear, young girls and can like resonate with that and see there is a path forward doing it a way that maybe feels true to them, maybe feels aligned with like they also go to church, they love God, and they're like, how do I do both? And it's like, you can, which is super powerful. But also there's a piece where now there's a young man out there who's like, those women exist. That's a real thing too.
That too,
and that's inspiring because a lot of times, a guy is thinking like, that if I want a girl, like that's how she's gonna be, and she's brought up in that. I think is it Lupe Fiasco, Bitch Bad? I think just kind of talks about that interplay about how it's so important in shaping the youth's mind. So you're doing it for the little girls and you're changing it for the little boys. That's everybody, like all the young people. I think that's super cool. To kind of wrap up a couple of things here, I want to know in terms of like your inspiration, like who inspires you the most in your kind of artistic pursuits in your music?
I've been asked this question a lot, so I've had a lot of time to think on this, and it's not one person. It's just like I know there's skills that I want to learn. And so whenever I think of us, like when I'm in a space where like, okay, I kind of want to get into that, like storytelling, then I will listen to a storyteller. Yeah. So right now my inspiration is Kendrick. But one day I'm gonna get into my Erykah Badu bag, you know,
Yeah.
my neo soul bag. So I'm just it's not one person. I'll say, like I always say, Lil Wayne's my favorite rapper. So he's the person who made me want to who made it fun to rap lyrics, you know.
Yeah.
And when I first started, a lot of my songs they didn't even have hooks, and I feel like at that time it was like Lil Wayne. It was like
Gotcha.
I just wanted to gas, just
Yeah.
all the way
Press.
through.
Well, it's a part of it too where you're like, I can do it.
Yeah, that too. It's like an exercise. So I'm just, different inspirations, pull out different skills that I'm ready to learn.
Can I tell you that I exactly anticipated your answer to be as it was?
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Not because you're unoriginal, but because you are original. Because the greats, what you just said that you're not trying to follow in the footsteps of what's popular. You're trying to pave a new way. Who's there to look up to when you're doing something that's not created yet?
Right, exactly.
And that's why I was like, I'm 100% think it's going to be tough for her to answer this question. Because I could sense that you are being authentic to yourself, and yourself is doing you. You're the best, brightest version you want to pursue, grow, learn more. And I think that's super powerful because, and it's why that question can be tough because you're like, I'm piecing from the greats to be a great.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like you're gonna say other names, but realistically, it's your name.
Yeah, yeah, really though.
You're on the way, like that's what it is.
Yes.
So I super resonate with that and understand that. Also, a powerful thing about it too is you're pulling from so many different areas, your life, artists, all that. That there's kind of this understanding of like most geniuses, most innovators, most pioneers. Are thinking in a way that's like polymathic thinking. And I think you're able to pull from rap, you're able to pull from all these different genres of music. But not only that, you're pulling from your different life experiences, you're pulling from the jobs you worked, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's powerful to kind of bring it all. And that creates that new cohesive thing, which is Sohnai, and she's on the way.
Yes.
Right? I love that.
Thank you.
Well, I want to dive into a little bit more of like your creative process.
Okay.
Bringing in producer here. We're about to crush this. So let's take a break and then let's kind of hop in there.
Okay, dope.
Beautiful. All right, so we are back now. We have an addition here. We have Marvs Productions and Sohnai. Perfect. And I think this is beautiful here because this is really the duo behind the work, the music, and you're in the back end. Kind of, you guys just said you're working together, and you have a unique process in creating songs, creating music that I think is so powerful to explore, and it's going to be enlightening too for other artists as well. Before we kind of hop in, Marv, I'd love to just learn a little bit more about your background, how long you've been doing this, and how you met Sohnai as well.
Yeah, my background real quick started religious, as you guys maybe started. I was a drummer for church for maybe like 15 years, something like that. And I started playing drums when I was like 7, playing piano. Got asked to record drums on some guy's album, and I saw the studio and I was amazed. I was like, damn, what is this? So I fell in love with that, went to school, graduated in 2012, and been doing it professionally since then. Awesome. The engineering and producing side, basically, and drumming occasionally.
Yeah. Okay, I got to ask real quick, like, we're here in your studio. Thank you again. Like, it's awesome. But like, how long was this in the making? Was it piece by piece? Like, how did it develop with you as you developed yourself and your
Yeah, so it was with drums and piano, which gave me an advantage of the musical side. So when I went into the technical of like recording, it started in high school. And I was literally just recording like my friends, like just rapping and whatnot. And then I went to college. I went to LA Film School. That's when I graduated in 2012. And it was a lot of money. So I went year by year buying what I can, building up until I'm where I'm at here now. And I'm happy with it. But it took a lot.
Yeah. I think sometimes, right, if you're like thinking about like someone who wants to be a producer or someone out there who's just starting, right, they'll like, well, look, and they'll be like, oh man, I don't have that stuff. I can't do it. Could you speak to that a little bit?
All right. So all this, honestly, like there's outboard gear here too, and there's all this stuff. That's not really for producing. That's a lot of engineering stuff for recording and mixing. So for producing, a laptop, your instrument, and some headphones, and you're good to go. I think as long as your head, your mind, your heart is, that's
As long
it.
as you want it.
Yeah. But the rest, honestly, is a lot of the technical of the engineering side of the, like I said, recording and mixing.
Yeah.
So it looks nice, but it's not on the producer side.
Got you. Got you.
Yeah.
It's just like as you're talented, as you've kind of you've built up all that equipment too.
Yeah, because I wear different hats. I play, producer, recording, and mixing engineer, and vocal producer, I guess.
Let's go.
sometimes.
It's a one-stop shop just to make hits
No.
right here. Yeah. I love that. That's so cool. And then, so how did y'all meet? And I think the real question I want to get to is like, how did y'all meet? And then when were you like, oh yeah, like let's do this.
So we met through our mutual friend King. Shout out
King
to
forever.
King forever. Shout out to him. King and I, we met here to record a song that's not out, and we were just like trying to see how we work together. So we did that song together, and that's when I met Marv. And Marv was like, "Do you have a producer?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Oh, you do now?" And I was like, I was like, "Yes." And then
When was this?
This was the first time we met.
I mean, like, year? Was it this year?
It was last year.
It was last year?
Yeah, it was last year.
Last year, 2018. Okay,
What?
for sure.
Yeah. And then, so that was last year, like, and then I had that same session, we were here, King had his friends in here, it was like people here, Jay was here, and then.
Shout out J26.
Yeah, shout out to Jay. And so we were all here, and I was saying I was going to move to Atlanta, and that was just kind of just like, I'd just be like ready to do stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to move to Atlanta next. And then everybody was like, why? Like, literally everyone was like, why you do that? They're like, you should just move to LA.
Oh, I do remember this, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, okay, well, I'll think about it. I'm like, okay, maybe I will. And then, then I went back to Fresno where I was living at the time. I came back here. We recorded my song, Get It.
The first one. The first single
We
out,
did
yeah.
Get It. He made the beat for that. And then I was like, okay, yeah, this is dope. Like, this is exactly what I would have been moving to Atlanta for. Like, I wanted to find my producer. Yeah. And so, yeah. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to move out here. So then we did Get It in, like, October or something like that. And then I moved out here in January.
Let's go. All right, Marv, I got to ask, like, when were you like, okay, like, I guess what about Sohnai made you feel like, yeah, I believe in her, I see the vision, and, like, I want to help bring it to life?
The moment she said, I'm going to move out to LA, and then I was like, okay, hit me up when you're here. And then literally like a month or two passed by, and she's like, I moved to LA. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
He's like, hey, what if I moved? I was like, dude, better not.
That's hilarious. So you're kind of pointing to the factor is like you saw that she was committed fully, and she like really went full.
That's it. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Like, even if she didn't have talent, that was enough, and I would be like, I'm working.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the hardest thing for me.
Yeah,
is like,
yeah. Okay.
You're like, wow, I thought I was special.
Yeah.
Like,
no, because it sucks, because I've worked with like a lot of people, and like they have like crazy talents, and then they just quit.
That's a really important piece, actually. So like the part of you is like you see like first off like even if it's okay, you can kind of make things pretty good too, and you can work with the artist.
Yeah, as long as they're willing to put in the work, like it's gonna work.
Yeah, I love that. I love that so much. Because I think that's a big thing is like the creatives often feel like it just like has to come out amazing and perfect first draft. And you're like, nah, the thing is discipline, work ethic. And it also probably comes down to like them being able to push through the trying times and to just believe in themselves fully. So that's really powerful, you know, that as like the producing side and everything that you do, that you kind of are able to identify the work ethic is really important. So, hey, shit, Sohnai's working. All right, I see you grinding. I love it. So I think one of the things that I want to kind of get into now is like, kind of, you know, you're giving us and everyone watching like a sneak peek into what it looks like to build a song. So this is the duo behind creating the music that everyone loves and will absolutely be hearing all the time, mainstream 100%. Like, what does that like look like from inception idea and then to kind of bring it to life?
Well, so each time, like so far, what we've been doing is I have lyrics written that I'll write a cappella by myself.
Which is weird. She writes to no beats.
Yeah.
Really?
Like people write to beats.
Beats, yeah.
YouTube beats, instrumentals. she writes to nothing.
Yeah.
So it's almost like poetry at first.
Yeah, she approaches it like that.
Yeah, and then so I'm trying to find it because that's how it starts. But if I want to finish the song or the verse, I have to find a cadence, So then I'll look for like the BPM I'm kind of like comfortable with. So I'll go on YouTube and I'll like look up the metronome. I haven't done this part in a minute because I'll just come to him and he'll do it. But I would go on YouTube and get the metronome and I'm just like, I'll rap it and I'm like, okay, that's too fast. That's too slow. And I'll find the pace I want and I will finish my verse, like writing it to like the BPM, and then I'll come in here and then I'll tell him kind of like the BPM I'm thinking, and then sometimes we stick with that and sometimes it becomes something totally different. But either way. And then I'll also come in here while I'm rapping it to him a cappella, because that's how we start.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's like such a collaborative environment. That's
yeah,
awesome.
It really is like scratch.
It's like started from
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah.
but I bet you the part like you probably like, nah, that ain't it. Sometimes do you kind of have to make those calls?
Definitely, if I had to like tell her to cut bars off because it's way too long.
Yeah.
To change
Yeah.
maybe certain words, but overall, she's pretty much got it. It's from there. It's literally just structure at that point. A lot of
Yeah.
structure, and
That's another
I question her a lot about like, what is it about? What are you trying to get off on this? Like
What's the vibe?
emotion, like like are we going angry? Are we pissed? Are we happy? Are we,
Yeah. And we'll also talk about what we even think about the music video. We'll be like,
Oh, yep.
okay, like the vibe is like, like top down, sunny Sunday, like, and then we go, okay, then we find the beat, or he'll start to build it. And then he's like, we'll think about like, oh, like, do you hear strings on this song? Like, what do you hear? I'm like, some horns, like, like, and so he just builds it. I just yap. And then he's just, okay, I got it. He's like, I know what I'm doing. I know what we're going to do.
Well, first off, I just think that is just so symbolic of like that masculine feminine we were talking about earlier. It's just like, you're able to bring that structure to the creative, and I think that you have a lot of structure as well, right? But like having that blend is like where you get that perfect harmony. You get the yin yang, these things just start to go like that.
Sure.
So that makes me smile, man, because it's really cool to hear. So when you guys are kind of like putting it together and building it, like what do you feel is like I guess, like, is there, like, a secret sauce? Is there, like, something that you feel is, like, unique and different that maybe you do, Marv, that makes it so that you can really bring the artist idea and vision to life?
Since this is, like, my studio, and I'm here a lot, and I'm very confident and comfortable in everything I do, I get to focus on making the artist feel as most comfortable. So they don't have to think about anything but just themselves being an artist. I think I try to focus on that a lot. So like in this case, it's just like, what examples do you want? Like the last one I'm just remembering, you're like I want some pimp music, like some who'd you name?
Dang.
What's his name?
Larry June?
Larry June.
Yeah.
Like you were like, I just want to I want to
some-
feel like that.
Yeah,
like
a pimp,
yeah,
like.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So from there, it's just, I think for that one, did you have it all written or?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was already written, and that might have been good for me. Like, I ran into this nigga from my past. He looked good and all, but I ain't at the place he saw me last. I got my life together. Like, just very like, and so if I express like what I'm going for, but in my own way, then he'll go, okay, well that's not that, and I'm like, okay, well then what do I need? So then we'll like find the tone of voice and everything. He helped me with the tone of voice and everything, okay, like I don't know, maybe like a little heavier, like
Too light and things like that. Yeah.
Let's go. That is so cool to understand that process behind it. It seems like you're kind of identifying like you're seeing the diamond in the rough and you're like, okay, let's polish it, you know? And like, how did you curate that skill, right? Because your job is to help to like make the star be seen, right? So like, yeah, like on your side of it, you know, like what is going on in your brain when you're kind of thinking about that?
I don't know, man. It's kind of weird because I've been doing this for a really long time to the point where like, once I have enough information, I know exactly like what it's gonna sound like in the end, and I feel like they don't yet.
at all.
Yeah, but in my head, I'm like, as I'm first making the production, I'm already like, oh, I already know what this is gonna sound like. I already know, like it's
Yeah.
done,
Yeah.
like done. I don't know. It's a weird. I can't explain it, but there's a moment, yeah, when I'm making it, and like I said, I have enough information from them where I'm like, okay, I think I know what they want, and then I just do it, and it happens really quick, huh?
Yeah, it does. There was a song that I came in here rapping it. It was Ode to My Haters. I came in here rapping it. We get in the booth. I ended up singing it. And we both looked at each other. We said, we're like, oh, is this how we're going to do it? Like, because this was a rap before. We both were like,
You gotta
we were like,
sing.
what direction you want to go? And then we ended up singing it instead.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So you're coming in here with those lyrics kind of already built, and you're kind of helping, like, okay, let's shape this around it. I guess when you're like writing everything down, is there a part of you that's thinking like, I want to express this emotion, I want to express this moment? I guess, like, what are you thinking about? And then obviously you guys hash that out together and work together. But when you're writing it, like, what does that process look like before it goes into the kind of production?
Thinking about if I'm trying to evoke an emotion in someone else. I don't think I've tried to evoke an emotion in someone else. I think I'm trying to express my own. Yeah, so I don't think I'm really looking for anything out of anyone else. I'm just trying to get my thoughts out in a way that sounds true to like what I'm also saying.
Yeah.
So, like Ode to My Haters, which is the first song on my project and the last song that we had worked on together, it was like a chip on my shoulder. Right? So that's why at first I'm rapping it. But then we came in here and I'm like, you know what? It would be nice though if this could be easier for people to digest. Like if people could like receive this easier. So then we sang it instead. Nice. So I would say
Singing's easier on the ears than rapping.
Yeah.
So then we did make that decision. Like so I want it to be received. So I don't know what emotion they're gonna have, but I just want people to want to listen to it, not at like a time where they need to be hyped up. Yeah. So just like, yeah.
That's really powerful. I kind of take a more of like sometimes I like to see into things a little bit. Maybe it's there, maybe it's not. But I want to put it out where I'm seeing that there was kind of almost you seem like someone who's kind of pouring your emotions and the things you've been through in life into your lyrics, right? Into your songs. And when it went from a rap to like more singing, that's almost like you like worked through some of these things, like kind of in the process of creating it. Yeah, you're kind of like refining not only the music, but refining you and like the vessel that's coming through, so you can. I mean, you know, sometimes if someone triggers you, right, you're like, you ready to like pop out, like you coming in hot, right? But then you're like, hold on, pause, I'm a better person, Jesus, you know, like, right?
Sugar daddy?
Yeah. You know? Yeah, I love it. In that, it seems like through the music, you're actually able to kind of like healing a little bit, and you're reflecting the highest and the most kind of work through and refine to the audience.
That's a good way to look at it though, because so yeah, like at first when I'm rapping it, it was very much like, man, they got me messed up, like, and then we come in here and it's like now I'm singing it and it's like, okay, you know what? When I talk, the people want to listen. You know, I'm just like very
a little
chill.
like juxtaposition.
Like, yeah, it's just like, you know what? Like, I'm chill about this. It's in the past, but y'all got me fucked up a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think that's nice too, because in it you kind of get to choose like, how do I want to put out to the world that I respond to this? Right.
Exactly.
That's really cool. So has that happened beyond this song where you're like writing something and then you're like, wait a minute, like maybe I don't feel like as fiery or angry, or maybe hold up, they really did kind of wrong me here. You know, I need to go hard on this, you know? Like, hold up, boundaries, put them up, you know? Like,
yeah, for sure. I just wrote something new that we have to record where it starts off like, I start off chill, and then I don't even know what happened. Like, the lyrics just, I'm like, hold on. Yeah, like, definitely there's times where I'm thinking the song is going to be chill, and then it turns up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Another part about it is, you know, you were talking about that, like, kind of prophetic piece to it, right? It seems like it's almost just oriented, like your guys' process is oriented for that to be the outcome, because you come in with like the lyrics kind of already there, and then you have some assistance, right, to be able to put that into its like most highest refined form. And it kind of seems like you guys are working together to really amplify the energy in the music, you know, and like you're kind of writing it, that premonition, that all that flow, that channeling, that rawness, and then it's like boom, refine it. Have you ever found once you listen to the finished piece that you've learned something from your own music a little bit?
That I've learned something
Or
from
you,
my own music.
or like after like when that finished piece kind of comes, you listen to it back and you're like, oh shoot, like you get a different energy and a vibe that maybe the version of you who was writing it didn't necessarily kind of feel or evoke.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So, our song "Blessings," it was originally called "Alone," and it was like a slow song, and it was like guitar, strings, and it was just very slow and like
Oh, I remember.
almost sad. But when I would sing it, people would be like, "That sounds sad, like low key, like a depressing song," and I was just like, "But it's not depressing. Like I'm not depressed. Like I'm happy about being alone. Like being alone is a good thing. Like that's what I'm trying to say." And but that's like people would tell me that that's not what they were getting. They were getting like depression from it, and then we came in.
You're like, oh, maybe I'm depressed. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm like, is that
And
what
it's
I'm
called
getting?
Alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, okay. I can see why people would
You're
have
like,
said that. Yeah, because I can see why people would have said that. But then we came in here and turned it up, like, you know, gave it almost even like rock a little bit, like borderline. And yeah, then I'm like, okay, this is actually more suiting for what I'm trying to convey for sure. Like before it was like, you know, because I start with the lyrics first. And then I try to, so it's the same lyrics. It's just like the beat and the tempo have changed. So yeah, I'm like.
I think that's really cool because, you know, a part of communication in general that's important is a lot of the unwritten stuff. Tone, body language, delivery, right? Yeah. And I think that's really cool because it's just lyrics, right? The way that you're choosing to express that is like that's how you guys work together to be like, oh, this song that needs to be hype, you know, or like a no versus like a no, you know, like emphatic, totally changes everything, you know. So is that a part of what you're kind of seeing in your vision? You're like, oh, this needs to be said like that.
Yeah, definitely. Like I hear what she says, and I'm like, oh, this got to be hard. Like this got to be crazy. For sure. Like the one, what is it? The one about you walking down the aisle. No, not walking down the aisle. You get in the dress. Keep in touch?
Keep in touch.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, like keep in touch is a crazy one because it starts off one way, then it goes into something, and then it's a mix of both at the end.
Yeah, for
Basically.
sure. Like the hook is at the
If
end.
you catch it.
Yeah,
But
so when we were making that song, he was like, okay, I know where we're going with this one. He was like, yeah, you need to get in there. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of hyping her up too?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
There we go.
For sure. I have to tell her like that line, redo it.
Yeah.
Or
I
stack it.
love
We go,
it.
yeah.
I love
Have
that.
to, for sure.
The fact that like just the way that you have your studio set up too, I could just see it. Like you're like, oh, you're listening to it. You're telling her right there. Are you recording right here?
Yeah, in there in that room.
Let's
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we
man.
can see each other. Like if after I'll do a line, and I look over at him, he's like, he might not even be. I can't even see him because he's like. Oh, I'm like,
Get up
and
and
I know I
stand
did
up,
something.
You in there like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, like, okay, I know I did something.
That's funny.
The first time you sang was that. I literally was like,
Yeah.
not expecting that.
Yo, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You out here doing the like reaction. That's super cool, man. All right. So I guess what I really want to get to now is like, what is kind of on the way? You know, we have a dynamic duo here, being able to put the poetry, putting it in motion, working together to build these songs, to have like actual things. Storytelling is coming. You know, like talk to us. Or I guess like I'm curious to know a little bit more about like what is on the way when it comes to the evolution of your music, when it comes to what you see for Sohnai, you know, and what's kind of progressing here. I'd love to know.
Yeah. Well, I haven't done a whole lot of features. Probably done like one feature. So I do want to get into doing some features, but I'll be so honest, I don't even want to do them unless I come here. So I tell people, I'm like, if basically how I like to work now is like, if you have a song that you hear me on, then I'll be a part of that. If I have a song I hear you on, then you could be a part of that. But I don't necessarily want to build from scratch with another creative, to be so honest. Like, I don't. Because then we're all like, because I like Marv's ideas and he likes my ideas. And then you know what I mean? Then it's like one more cook in the kitchen. I don't know. I just want, if we have something that we want, and then I'm like, okay, this is an open verse, then I have somebody on it, then that means that there has to be some type of hierarchy when it comes to like opinions. Yeah. But if we're all like on the same, like, you know, I'm building from scratch with 3 people, I just feel like that's too much. I don't even want to get into that. Not gonna lie.
I understand that.
But yeah, so I want to do more features, and but here I want people to come here. I tell people that all the time. I'm like, you have to come to my studio. I don't want to go somewhere else where the producer doesn't care and they're just pushing a button and they're just like just getting their money.
I mean, one of the things that you said that seems so important and conducive towards you getting the best features, because the studio where you're doing this at here is like, your thing first and foremost is like, I want to make every artist feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. Like me, as doing a podcast and doing anything, like that's my number one priority too. And
that's why you came here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, and so, and that's the biggest thing, you know, like, but I don't think that everybody runs it like that, you know, and I don't think everyone necessarily, even if they have that intention, they don't know how to curate the vibe, right? You know, and most of that has to do with you curating yourself, right, to make sure that you're, you know, putting out good energy too, right? You come in and like, you feel like, why is everyone angry here, you know, or like, why is everyone low energy, you know? Like, you curate that vibe. This is your place. The energy, the lights, everything is so nice here, you know? So that makes sense that it's conducive towards good.
I'm gonna say 90% of the artists that I work with, they all say the same. Really? Like, when they go somewhere else, they're like, oh, like, this is why I come back to you, bro. This is why I come back to you.
Yeah. Awesome.
I genuinely care about this.
Yeah, and see, that makes sense, where it's like, you really care about it. You have a love for the music, with the final work, and the artist, you know, and like, yeah, that makes sense that you're gonna get the best features, because it's like, yeah, we're about to do it in a place where we want to have something that's gonna grow into that.
Right, because we care.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
I love that. Okay, I gotta ask now. What's the dream feature? Like, what's the one? Now I know you're your own visionary.
Yeah, like, you know I'm a free spirit.
But I gotta say, is there people out there, you know, that you've been thinking about, you could hear on a song, maybe something you got penned already that you're like, oh, I see it.
Who? Michael Jackson.
Hologram.
Right. Like, it's possible.
Drake got a feature with Mike. Remember?
What?
He did.
I didn't know that.
He did. After there's old
posthumous
stuff in the
features, yeah.
What?
I mean, Juice WRLD feature or something.
Yeah, you could do that.
Oh.
I heard Juice WRLD has like a bunch of songs that are unreleased.
Juice WRLD just go, bro. Like, yeah.
Dang, I didn't even think about people who are deceased.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
You think about Jesus all the
time? No, I would say, not gonna lie, I really want to work with Sway Lee. Like,
Sway Lee.
I know.
That's a funny one.
Yeah.
Shout out to him though. But that's just a funny one.
Shout out to
you already GM him. That's what's funny to me.
I know, we need to lock in.
Hey, Sway.
No, so my song Blessings, where I'm like, who's coming over? I feel like that's so Sway Lee.
It is.
You hear it?
Yeah, he would sound hard on it.
So that's like literally, I hear him on that song, and yeah. And then also Larry June. I feel like I would love to make like one of those like chill, vibey, cruiser type of like songs with Larry June.
Yeah,
sure.
I could totally see that. When it comes to like, I guess like other artists that you like, are there songs out there, or are there people who have a vibe that you feel like you resonate with, like you're gonna be on their tracks? Like, is there anything there where you see that?
I don't even know. I don't know because I wonder sometimes like what would we even talk about? Because I don't know a whole lot of artists who like aren't talking about like sex and guns and drugs and stuff. Like, I don't even know.
Well, that's powerful in that you're saying that, because it's saying that there's like that untapped market there for sure, and also that goes hand in hand with what I'm trying to do with the podcast and everything here. Is like, I want to build and help to build and support the community of people who are in music and are creatives, but they are doing it with like positivity in mind, doing it with like some degree of, you know, people have different viewpoints on God, but like some semblance of like, I want to improve, I want to be better, and I want to put the best out to the people. You know, I think that's pretty cool that you're like, man, I can't really find those people, because I'm gonna tell you what, they're on the way, and I'm going hard when it comes to like finding those people, and so, you know, I'll be on the lookout for sure, because I think it's not only like the music, but it's also like the vibe and the energy and the intentionality
For sure.
behind it, right? And that's the part you're here to curate those vibes. I'm sure if someone came in and they were disrespectful, they were rude, they weren't about, you'd be like, hey, bro, like I don't know if that's right, you know?
Right.
So I think there's a piece to it where there has to be that cohesion, and that's like that synergistic amplification of the end product too, you know? That's super cool. You're talking about people's vibes and that like, oh, this is a Sway Lee song. It's like, what would you feel like your vibe is? Like when people are like, oh, like this would be perfect for Sohnai. Like, what do you feel? Maybe Marv, this is a better question for you. Maybe is like, what do you feel you would kind of talk or label, classify Sohnai as? Obviously, she's jack of all trades, star. But I'm curious when we get into the specifics of the genre.
Oh, okay. Number one is you are aggressive and you sound good when you are aggressive, like rapping
I
hard,
do like to do that.
screaming.
I do like to
And
hear.
then you are also good when you are chill, like that Larry Jones. And then off camera, she was talking about you want to learn how to really, really sing. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I could hear that too. But
But then message wise, like,
what?
what was the question?
No. I think so. It's like how we kind of like if we. I think the biggest thing is artists hate to be put in a box, right?
Yeah.
But the big thing
They
is,
do.
but at the same time, when you go on the Spotify, right? You go on there and it's like
You're in a
it's gonna
box.
say all the genres and the things.
Yeah.
You got to know that so you could know if you want to change it, then you have to
Yeah.
know what it's first. Like we gotta. If we want to make an improvement in life, we got to look in the mirror and be 100% honest and transparent, right? And be like, this is where I'm at, but this is where I want to go, or this is where I'm at, and this is what I want to improve upon, right?
Yeah.
And I think if you're like, okay, I do, Marv saying like you do the kind of a more aggressive, hard rapping, good, and then you're saying you want to dive into the storytelling more, and you also want to learn the singing. There's like those pieces where it's like, is that who I am? Is that who I'm becoming? And I think there's some interesting pieces there to kind of look at.
Yeah.
I feel like when I'm kind of hearing you and all this, that it really, maybe Marv resonates with this, it just comes down to what she's the most passionate about, right? Like, or do you feel like that's like...
I don't know. I want to do it all. I want to keep. I want to do a rock song.
Yeah, I see that.
I have wrote a rock song.
I see that for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe she's gonna be like every song might just be a little different,
Yeah.
and
Some
it
of
might
these-
might just change drastically sometimes.
Yeah.
But-
like maybe I might ride this wave of like the chill storytelling for a little bit. Do a few more of those. Get back in the that aggressive bag when I'm feeling like that dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to keep doing it all for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like that's like, it's whatever's like really you're passionate about in the moment is what you're going to do, whether that's what you've been doing or whether it's something new. Like,
I think I'm passionate about making good music in general. So like
She's open-minded for sure.
Yeah.
Every time like I make something, she's like, okay, okay.
I'm like, let's try that. Yeah.
Yeah.
what is good?
Good music is like first of all, something I can be proud of, something with a message, a beat that's perfectly curated for the song, something that, because I don't always think about how if people can relate to me all the time, but I guess my opinion of good, like if we hear it and we're vibing to it, yes, it's
That's
good.
it.
Yeah.
It
It's
passes
good.
the test.
Love
Yeah.
it. Okay, that's beautiful. I resonate with that, and I think that is the answer, right?
Yeah.
I agree. But then you got to think of it, and this is the part where it's like tough, like when people are thinking about the industry going viral, all this stuff. This is where you don't want to lose your soul. This is where you don't want to lose your authenticity, and trying to curate for the algorithm, curate for you want the viral TikTok audio, right? Or the Reels audio, right? How do you kind of balance that, and are you playing to that? Like, obviously we all have to, right, when it comes to it, but like what do you think about when it comes to like, oh, like I want this to pop, I want this to
Yeah.
go trending here? Is
I
that
think it would just be
incorporated?
like, yeah, sometimes like the hook, because like mostly I feel like whatever gets trendy is like the hook. So maybe if we stumble upon a hook that people are gonna like, and it might not pop today, it might pop 3-4 years from now, type of thing. Like that's kind of how TikTok works. So it's just
That's the
like
thing.
not really concerned with making something that is going to pop on TikTok right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest.
One of the things I was like looking into kind of like doing an AI assessment of like the most popular like BPM and like different minor scale, major scale, that type of stuff when it comes to the beats and the music and everything. And you can see there's like really clear categories of like viral bangers and like ones that don't go as viral, or it's more niche, right? Maybe what the lyrics matter as much. But like you probably can assess a song and be like, this has viral potential in it. Are you ever being like, oh, like Sohnai, like this beat like has it, like let's try to craft these words to something like that? Or are you always like, no, artist authenticity is the first one?
I don't think we've ever had a conversation like that, actually. Like, this can go viral, or we should change it to go viral, or anything like that.
We
No.
literally don't even talk about
No.
that.
I don't think that's ever been a conversation.
Do you care?
Genuinely, no.
Yeah, you know I care.
But if it happened, yeah.
No, I would say more so like sync licensing. Like that's think about TikTok. You know what I mean? Like that's cool. But I also think like that social media stuff starts with you making a name for yourself as a person. Then everything that you do is cool. So I think like that is more like my own. I have to
Build that foundation
and promote the hell out of myself. And then people are gonna want to use my audios because they like me. You know, maybe they like how I'm using it, and then they'll go and use it. So that's gonna happen at its own time. But what I care about is making music. Make music that I love first and foremost. But as we're making it, we always talk about the music video, like, because we're talking about the vibe. So we talk about, oh, this would be dope if it was like this. And then right after that, I always think about, like, the type of movie. Like, what would I see this in? Like, we have this song, Get It, and it starts with strings. It's very, like, there's a message in the beginning. I forget the quote off the top of my head. But it's like, I feel like I can see that in like a sports movie or something. It's like, get it, get it, get it, get it. You know, like a sports montage or something like that. Yeah. So that's what comes to my mind. I think more so sync licensing before I would think like TikTok viral trends and stuff.
Got you. Because I know that there are some producers out there who are I guess, like the back end, the dev team behind all this stuff, right, are thinking about that first and foremost. And so, like, there's, like, cookie cutter things where, you know, artists will come in and they'll just, like, pump it out and funnel it through there. And they know they're going to get clicks, views, likes, and all that stuff. I think I'm, like, super happy that that's not what you guys are thinking about. Because that just shows that it's about the music. So, like, I mean, if anybody's watching this right now and they're, like, an artist who's really putting their heart into this music, I don't see why they wouldn't want to work with you. I don't see why they wouldn't want to be on a feature with you or have that kind of cross collaboration there, because that's really what it's about. And in a world where everything is pulled towards views, likes, clicks, and, you know, all that stuff, like plays, obviously, right? Like, it's really cool to see people who are staying authentic to the art form and the music behind it. And I think that's really powerful, man, for real.
Thank you.
Yeah. You said, though, like, you don't care if it takes years or whatever. To kind of wrap us up here, I want to know, like, if people could take away one thing from Sohnai on the Way, like, what would that be? And it doesn't have to be, you know, super sweet and short or anything. Like, I guess it's just like, what is that specifically, you know? And feel free.
Yeah, I would say not to make decisions from a place of desperation. I think you make the best decisions when you're not desperate. You're not, you know, like, feeling like you have to. Yeah. So, yeah, like, whenever...
You got chickens.
Yeah, because you got chickens. you got more eggs. Yeah, like, you know? So I am very much like, if I'm making a decision, you know, to work with someone, an individual, they want me to sign something, it's like, I don't feel like I have to do this because I'm doing what I need to do anyway. So if I had, like, a management or a label or whatever was coming into the mix, they would have to bring significant value to me, and it wouldn't be like, I'm not signing a deal because I need to. Like, life is good, you know?
Let's go.
So yeah, it's just not to operate from a place of desperation. That is where you make mistakes and things like that.
Come correct or don't come at all.
Yeah, hello.
Hey, I love that. And then as a producer, as the engineer, as, you know, the person behind all this, like, I guess, would you have any, like, piece of advice you'd give to people who are just starting out, man, and, like, it seems like you have that ear to know and to resonate with artists, to build it, to refine it. Like, what would you kind of say to someone who's just starting out on their kind of journey with this, you know?
Damn. Okay. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
You gotta love people. You gotta be okay to be uncomfortable, to get rejected. Willing to learn. Like, everything you didn't want to learn. Like, I know a lot of people who...
Willing to unlearn, too.
Oh, facts.
That's powerful.
Yeah. But, like, willing to learn, I feel like as a producer, I feel like you should kind of learn a little bit of music theory. Just a little bit. You ain't got to go crazy, but I'm like, it would be nice if you could learn, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of producers, or met a lot of producers who don't know basic stuff about music. And I'm like, okay. I could kind of see your limitations already. And it's like they have an ear for music, but, like, it's as far as what they know, if that makes sense, based on their knowledge. And I'm like, okay. But, yeah, just, I guess, love for it, man.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you love it, you'll do anything for it. So you'll just automatically learn. You'll automatically be in a position where maybe you didn't think you would be in, and then now you're there.
Absolutely. You know? I mean, I think you've already said a bunch of things when it comes to, like, how you curate a good environment for the artist, how you're about trying to, like, find that diamond in the rough, and you guys are having a good time and good vibes. Like, I think that's super cool, man.
It's always fun. It never feels like work.
Let's go. For sure. Yeah. Yo, if you could live your life working and never feeling like work, I think that's a job well done. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, I guess as we kind of wrap things up, I want the people to know where they can find you, what's coming on the way, and just tell us everything, please. That is your camera right there. Yeah. You can tell them.
Okay, so you can find me on all platforms at Sohnai. You can find me on social media, YouTube, everything like that, at Sohnai on the way. And I do that specifically so you guys remember how to say it. Sohnai, not Sohnai. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can look forward to a lot more features. Definitely hit me up if you want a feature on a song that you already have. Right. What else? Yeah, I'm in LA, so performances and everything, that's my bag, actually. So, like, performances, you need that, I got that.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. She absolutely does. Like, anybody out there, if you want your stuff to pop, if you want to have the hype, the energy, you want the crowd to get moving, you know what it is. And Marv, to kind of kick us off here, where can they find you? If artists want to get in touch with you, how can they go ahead and do that, man?
Which camera?
You got that one right there.
No, that one, okay.
Yeah.
It's simple, just under Marvs Productions. That's it. I am your producer, I am your engineer, I am your drummer, I am whatever you need me to be, or
Pianist,
I'm your middleman and I'll find someone. Simple.
Hey, I love it. Well, that was an amazing podcast, guys. Thank you so much.
you.
I'm glad that we got the technical. I'm glad that we got the story. We got it all. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I appreciate everyone being here. Again, I'm your host, Elijah Robert Matthew Soto. And as I always say, we're blessed and grateful, and stay the course.